pulling stuff for lyricism if I want to listen to lyrics. You know what I mean? That's
I'll tell you right now, Zero be turning up to that joint.
what Ice Spice.
To the spice.
Yeah, that specific track. He be like, "You're not even the bro." We went to go get food one time. And he played that shit. That shit was funny as shit, dog.
That's class, bro.
You're not even the fart.
It's just a good song. Got my body moving.
Somebody cooking?
Can you hear it?
Somebody cooking? Yeah, bro. She's scraping the shit out of that pan.
She's getting in
She's
there, dog.
scraping the shit out of that
Let
pan.
me close the door, actually. Hold on.
Be like, hey, you been too loud.
She claim man. He gets this woman cooking fast, huh?
Hey, don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that.
You know, just making an observation is all people.
You're not even the fart. Bro, the fact that Zero listens to that it cracks me the fuck up. Oh, hey, by the way, I don't know if everybody's live. I'm live, by the way. But I gotta do I have to do the Unlucky Charms podcast.
Can we miss your streams? Thank you. Listen,
I think it's Wednesdays and Sundays, bro. But now that there's no more football on Sundays,
I will be back, chat. I will be back. I promise.
I gotta reach out to Austin and be like, yo, I can do these days. I've just been really busy, bro. I've just been really fucking busy.
Yeah, just reach out. I mean, he's booking his guests now, and
but
he
thank
calls
you,
me about, there's
thank
this
you,
person
Bryson,
who wants to
for
do
popping
this
in.
person. I'm like,
I appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw his post where he said he wants all of UTP to do his show. So,
yeah.
Who are we talking about?
The Milkman.
Milkman, bro.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
He wants us all to do his pod.
I'm down. That'd be cool.
Yo, wouldn't it be crazy if he had all of us on the same day? Like he did each one of us, and then he had all of us on the same day. That would be tight for his pod.
Wait, what do you mean?
It's not getting free content, bro.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm saving that. Saving the gas. I'm saving the gas for us.
Free content, bro.
All right, do the intro, Zero.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for popping in to the usual Tuesdays.
Lackluster. Try again.
Listen, it's a. No, I actually think I have to be quiet. Genuinely, they texted us the other day about just being quiet in general from like 8.
Zero. It is 8 o'clock.
Oh, you're right. Actually,
You cannot get it. You cannot get a noise complaint at 8 o'clock.
It's like 10 to 8. You're right.
DTP, baby. Come on, dog.
What's DTP? What is that?
Disturbing the peace. Come on.
So it's like 10 to 8. Is that a regular? I've never had this. I don't know.
I think it's 10 to 6, but regardless, you're safe right now. It's 8 o'clock.
All right. What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for dropping by into the usual Tuesdays. Okay.
There we go.
I appreciate everybody for joining in. Listen, I'm almost for the most part fully moved in, still like getting some nooks and crannies in, like situated.
Trying to get into nooks and crannies, you know what I'm saying?
But listen, we've been having a real fun time on the podcast, and I decided to dampen everybody's mood. Today we're gonna go into some more in-depth shit. Just because I've been loving the podcast, don't get me wrong, having fun, laughing, and that's what I always want to get to. And I want to keep this relatively light, but it's going to be a sense of, thank you, a sense of.
Somebody's crying tonight.
I'm so sorry. I hope.
Hi, Juju.
I hope so. Siska says hi.
Hi.
She said hi. Pudge says hi. I don't know.
Wow, that was so lackluster. Hello, Pudge.
She doesn't like me.
She don't like any of us, bro.
Because you guys told her I wouldn't want her on the fucking podcast, dude. You guys are fucking nuts, bro.
Nobody said you didn't want her on the podcast.
Bro, Damien said it.
I got food.
Damien
so
told her.
When did I say
Damien's
that?
a
I did say that.
Biden food?
Bro.
Wait, you got food?
Yeah.
Damn,
Oh,
should I order
nice.
some food?
Be fucking grateful, dude. How about that?
Yeah, you
Are you guys
grateful
okay if I eat?
Bro, you got a woman serving you food on the podcast
Dude,
now.
no way,
You fucking
bro.
misogynistic pig.
Bitch.
You fucking...
You
said,
fucking
hold
hate
on.
women,
You
bro.
misogynistic bastard. You keeping your woman in the kitchen? What's wrong with you?
I love you.
Okay. That makes up for everything. I love
Yeah,
you.
see, I put a band-aid on that shit.
All right.
Do you have Zero? Do you have W Riz? The West of Rizziest.
I mean, if he has a girl cooking for him in the crib, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Winning. He's winning right now, bro. He is.
Because I don't got nobody cooking for me in my house.
Fuck no, dude.
Mila, you bitch. Where you at?
I'm absolutely
Don't
blessed.
cook for me.
I'm absolutely blessed to be, and that's kind of where I want to pivot into for this podcast. So, like I said, I do want to keep it light. I don't want to be like, but
For the record, though, Punch, I've had 3 days of this already. Okay?
That's not
I've had
true.
3 days of
bro.
this.
I haven't brought this up till like today. Genuinely,
started
I've been saying it more often, definitely.
Okay.
But because I feel it, it's just, and Cisco has a theory on why I feel this way. It could be right, it could be wrong. I'm not saying anybody's right or wrong. No, I'm okay. Thank you.
You're not even the fart.
But okay, so this, to preface a little bit, I just turned 25. It was my birthday on the 9th. Thank you for everybody's
happy motherfucking birthday, by the way.
Thank you. But I like, as the move happened, as my birthday's arriving, and there's a lot of actually like a lot of little personal changes that have happened in my life that I was just kind of like rocked. I was like, everything's changing all at once. It's like kind of crazy. There was some stuff that happened on a trip that like threw me for a loop. But a lot of the times when like I go into moments of change and big change, I ask God to like stable my life again, or like I ask a lot of God in these moments of like crazy change. But I was in the shower, butt ass naked, and I was just
as the Lord intended.
I was
Very
thinking,
vulnerable, dude.
I was like, bro, I need to pray.
Better way to talk to God.
I was like, I need to pray. Like, I need to, like, shit is going crazy. And I was like, I was about to ask him for something, for like to be stable or to like fix things. But then I was just like, I should just be grateful for what I got now. And like, I'll figure it all out. I heard one time somebody say that it's kind of insulting to ask God for something when he's giving you everything. He gave you the mind to think, the legs to walk, the food to eat, like, and then you're gonna ask him to fix shit, and then you're gonna ask him to do shit, like, bro. So since then, I've been trying to like rewire my brain to just be like, thank you. Like every like bad day that I have, I try to think of like something nice to be thankful for. Like, thank you for the car that I'm able to afford to get me to and from work. Thank you for the job that I have, because I was working at Uber Eats making $50 a day. You know what I mean? Like, it was, mind you, it was my decision. It was dumb, but I'm just in such a better position that I just have so much to be grateful for. And I've tried to carry that out. And I wanted to see if you guys kind of shared the sentiment. And I have a couple of other questions, but that's kind of the basis of where this podcast is coming from and what the topic is coming from. But yeah.
That's beautiful, brother.
Thank you.
It's a good one. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good one. But here's my look on it, okay? Right, as a non-religious person, right? Like I'm not here to say that. Like personally, I don't think God puts everything in my pathway to accomplish or do those things, right? Because I believe more in free will than I do fate, personally, right? I think we've talked about this on the podcast or whatever, right? We were just seeds planted and then grow as you may, right? Like if I plant a fucking vine next to a house, it's gonna grow onto the house. Plant it next to a tree, it's gonna grow onto the tree. Plant it next to a gate, it's gonna grow on the gate. Plant it in the middle of a garden, it's just gonna grow in the garden. Like that's how I view things, right? Like I was just a seed planted. But I do believe in the gratefulness, right? Yeah. I mean, and you and I have had this conversation, I think a couple of times, right? We've been given such an odd opportunity to be here that hundreds and millions and billions of others are never going to get the opportunity to see, right? And yeah, I had a conversation with my dad last night, and we were like, nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to fucking die, bro. Like none of us want to fucking die. But the fact that the end is known to us. It's not unknown, right? Our life, our mortal life is known to us. So the fact that we know that allows us to, or should allow us to appreciate way more than we really do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like we know that we're going to die. So therefore, no matter what it is, bro, I got to light this fucking candle. I get to have a drink. I get to do this podcast with you guys. I absolutely should be grateful for it. But so here's my question to you guys, as believers of God, or some type of afterlife or something like that is, or even speaking to God, I guess I should say, is that do you find that it's necessary to thank Him for that on a daily basis? Like, because you just said right now, like, oh, I'm grateful for the car that I have. I'm grateful for the house I live in and this and that. Like, do you feel that you should let Him know that on a daily basis?
I think so.
I think the wanting to is yeah, you should want to, but is it absolutely necessary? On what grand scheme? That becomes like a grand scheme thing. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it ever says in the Bible that these disciples prayed to God every single day for the thankfulness that they had. Right? Like, they were
Oh yeah, and
disciples.
if He's all knowing, then He should know that you're thankful, right?
Yeah. Well, but that even goes to this thing of like your partner knows you love them, but then there's also a certain satisfaction of you telling them that you love
Yeah.
them. There's a
That's a good
difference to
point.
the proclaiming of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Sure.
where free will and faith. It's funny how you mention them as if they are mutually
No,
exclusive.
fate, not faith.
Oh, fate.
Fate. Yeah,
Um.
fate.
Yeah. Like, because the faith and my free will. I have the free will to give these thanks every day, right? I have that free will, I have that choice, right? But my faith determines that every day I make that choice to do it because my faith is so strong. Like, you know what I mean? That he
Yeah, but is the
since
outcome of your fate different if you don't do that?
No, I don't believe so. Because there was a scripture that I had read. I don't know the words exactly, but it was speaking to the effect of people who spread there's certain people who minister and spread the gospel and try to do good deeds to win favor with God versus just doing good things because that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like those who seek favor in God. It was like something like he says, like, turn away from him because I don't know you. Right when that time comes, like turn away because I don't know you. So it's the people who do it just out of because this is what I'm supposed to be doing, not I'm trying to, you know, brown nose. Like it's like talking about like brown nosers, damn near. Like, you know what I'm saying? So no, no, I don't think your fate necessarily changes.
It's like sorry, really quick. The difference between maybe not perfectly, but the way that I was having it described to me is Cain and Abel. The whole story with Cain and Abel is they're brothers, right? And then Abel, if I remember the story right, Abel's like
Also,
God.
correct you.
Please, for real, do, because maybe I don't remember. But Abel is depicted in the story as like not God's favorite, but God is like has decided that all of his sacrifices and things he's done are worthy of being in his good graces, I guess. And Cain, no matter what he tries, is always falling short. To like wrap up probably a longer story. The way that I like it to be described is Cain never truly gave sacrifices worth giving, no matter how, maybe even monetarily, let's say, they could have been high. Like, let's say I give up my whole desk setup. Monetarily, it's probably really high, but if it doesn't mean too much to me, is it that much of a sacrifice? It's like giving away like socks or something like that. But if I gave away like my car, that probably means a lot to me because my dad got it for me or whatever it may be. That's a big sacrifice. It's the difference of like the quality of thanks or the quality of the sacrifice that you give being in good graces with God.
That's
But it's
interesting.
quality to self, right?
Because everybody's going to be different. You can give
Sure.
$1 million away and it be bullshit, or you can give $10 away and it mean the world.
Well, that's interesting to think that later on in that story, right, when Cain is banished, he's imprinted with a mark, and that mark was to protect him against people who would come to find out of his murder of his brother. So it's like if your father, didn't find favor in you, would he have given you this mark? Because that was kind of you are right. Like he was upset that Abel had gained favor with God. Though they're both given these sacrifices. You know what I mean? So yeah, like that's interesting. That's an interesting way for you to look at it.
But if I'm not mistaken, too, that mark later in that same, I don't know if in the same story or if later in the Bible, Cain says that the burden he has of the mark is too much to bear. I think that's equivalent to like, you know how you're more scared of your parent when they don't just yell at you, versus when they just like maybe yell at you, maybe like hit you a couple times, and then you're like, okay, that's it, like we're good. The punishment of like prolonged, even possibly like psychological, like you get to sit with what you've done, and to the level of like a murder of your brother, is so much more than any real physical punishment could ever, bear. Anybody could bear. So yeah, that's
interesting,
a heavy story,
Demo.
bro. That's a heavy story.
Interesting. Yeah. But I do like thinking of Cain when I think about like gratefulness, like, and just kind of like giving what you can give, and if you're giving it your all, that is enough. You know what I mean? And though you may not be reaping the reward of what you seek now, it can come to you later. Like I just think of it like, to speak really layman, is this was just Abel's time to shine. This was his time, and I feel like, being a father of multiple children, it's like this one gets their shine, and then this one has to get their shine, and then this one's going to get my attention, and then this one's getting my attention. Rarely do they get it 50-50. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you just got to be grateful. It might suck, you might fall short, whatever, like, you know what I mean, and you're not getting the light that you think that you deserve, right? That you think that you deserve, but it's coming later. It's like,
yeah, but
later.
That's the point, right? That's the thing, is that you should never be in a position to feel that you're deserving of a certain light.
Period.
That's what gratefulness is. The way I look at it, right? Like, it's like, I'm doing these things not to have the spotlight put on me. I'm doing these things because, like Damo said, it's the fucking right thing to do. At the end of the day, that's the right thing to do.
In my daily prayer, I say, I'm grateful for what you give, and I'm humbled by that and what you see fit to take away. Right. So it's like,
Jesus.
So it's like humble. I want to stay humble when you take these things from me, because I'm gonna be like, how dare you take these things from me? Whether it's loss of a job, or you fucking stubbed your toe on the edge of the bed in the middle of the night, or fucking late again, stuck in fucking traffic, like whatever it is, like, okay, cool. Like, this is because I'm grateful for everything that I've been given. Like, I have the chance to go to work. I'm late right now, whatever, like, whatever, dude, just fucking, and keep it pushing.
Question from the YouTube chat. Are you guys aware that Goku can beat Jesus?
This is a highly
contested.
This is not a hot takes episode. You should come back later.
Abel isn't able to beat Goku.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I don't know.
He's gonna beat his own brother, bro. So I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I'd take Goku in that fight. But Jesus, that's a harder sell, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It depends if he can use a cross or not.
Jesus or Goku?
Goku, if he can use a cross, he's got a fighting chance, dude.
Maybe, bro.
No, but I that's the thing that I've always been very, I wouldn't say weary on, right? Like, I feel like the way that I live my life and the way I go about my interactions with people, especially now as of late, like getting older and things of that nature. I mean, I feel like I always had it instilled in me, but I never really used it until I got older. Is that just doing the right thing is the right thing always, and I don't expect anything back. I've been living my life for the past couple of years with no expectation from anybody, and I think I kind of mentioned this to Damo one time, is that because if I fucking expect something from somebody, then I can be disappointed. And it's not their fault that I'm disappointed. You know what I mean? I put that expectation onto them. So why live my life with any type of? Why live life with expectation of other people? I mean, I know that there's things that I'm expected to do for myself, but why live with expectation?
Because there is a certain quality of character that you want the people who are in your life, like in your inner circles, to possess and maintain. Right. So yes. I do think that there is a healthy level of expectation that can be held. And I think one thing that fucks people up, right, is that it's okay to have an expectation, right? And it's okay to accept somebody in your life who doesn't meet that expectation but is striving to get there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think that we need to be more grateful in that idea that they're trying, right? And they may stumble along the way,
Yeah, but
right?
are
Like,
they in your? If they're in your inner circle already, right? Then that means that's the type of person that you can relate to,
yes.
right? So if
Yeah.
you can already relate to that type of person, then you shouldn't expect anything from them because it's already a given. It should it not be? Like, let me put it to you like this: say we all lived here in San Diego, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I called you and was like, "Yo, Putch, my fucking car broke down. Can I get a ride?" Knowing your character, I don't necessarily expect you to be like, "Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I'll pick you up," because I already know your character, so I know that that's a trait that you already have. Is that expected? Now that I'm saying it
I
out
feel
loud,
like
I feel
yeah,
like that
you
is an
just
expectation.
expect well, but like you expect him to a certain degree, right? Like if he's really doing some other shit that he really can't pull away from, you don't expect him to like drop everything.
I expect your honesty in that
Yeah.
moment. You know what I mean? Yeah, like that.
Sure.
You
Okay.
see what I'm saying? So I think there
Yeah,
is,
that's a fair point.
and that's a healthy level of, because there's some people who I know will never meet my level of expectation when it comes to honesty. And that's why you're not my inner circle of friends. That's why I might lie to you about going to the fucking barbecue. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I might just lie to you about kicking it, bro. I just might. But you guys, no, I would never dare. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, nah, bro. Like, it's either because Cisco, you know, I'm gonna come get you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna come
Yeah,
get
that's
you
what I'm
type
saying.
homeboy. Like,
And
you know
it's
what I
not
mean?
that I expect you to come get me because I'm calling. I'm trying to figure out how to verbalize it correctly to what the point that I'm trying to make. But it's not like you're not my friend because of those expectations. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
That
And
part makes sense.
that's what makes it seem like a fucking like a it's like a I can't even think of like a conundrum. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I don't expect this of you, but you're my homeboy, and I know if I call you, I can I you know, there's a healthy like I know Putch will do this for me. So there is a little expectation you can slide in there, but you're not my homeboy because of that. Like, you know, like it's a weird thing where
Yeah.
you know you can expect certain things from certain people, you know what I mean, after you know you've built a certain rapport and camaraderie, whatever the fuck word you want to throw on it, you know. But what I'm saying though is like there might be those moments, like we're saying, right? Like there's those moments where we're saying like, oh, Damo's busy, he's not going to come get me. I shouldn't be like, oh well, he's just not my fucking friend. No, I need to be
Yeah.
grateful for all the times he did pick me up, you know what I mean, woo woo woo. Or Putch lost his job and he's fucking bummy right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey,
hey
let me take
man,
him out to dinner real quick. You know what I
like
mean?
hey,
Like,
let's let's get him right. Let's get him right real quick. Get him straight and get him. But the expectation is like, Putch, you got to get on the ball, dog. Like you got to get back in the game. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We can't just. I would hope you guys would do that for me. You know, I would expect that you guys
man,
would do
fuck
that for
you,
me.
dog.
Like you just see how the words come out. Yeah, I would expect that you guys would do that for me. You know what I mean? And that's where I'm grateful for you guys, bro.
But
I'm
is that
grateful that I can have
expectation or is that hope?
that.
I feel like there's a little
Like,
bit of expectation
can you?
because
I feel like it's interchangeable with hope, though, right? Like, I would hope that you would do that for me.
No, I think expectation comes with a little more. They come from the same place, but expectation comes with a certain level of trust because you've already done it before.
But what if I haven't?
That's where I'm having hope.
I feel like
I
hope
hope
You
that
is
see
you
what I'm
would.
saying? Like, okay, like when I was traveling back and forth to Ventura, right? I I didn't expect for you to be like, "Hey, yo, you can stay in my extra room because you're only here for the weekend." But like, I hope that you would be like, "Hey, yo, you can stay in my extra room. I need a place to
Mm-hmm.
stay."
alrighty.
Okay,
Peace out,
great.
Bryson. Thank
You
you,
know what I
thank you.
mean? I didn't expect. Maybe I called you out of hope that you'd be like, "Hey, yo, you can stay in my extra room."
Next time will be
Mm-hmm.
a stream.
Does that make more sense? What I'm trying to say now?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not an expectation,
yeah,
even though I had already known you for years.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying. I think hope may be then where it starts at, and then it can slowly, because even like in relationships, you hope that this person would feel this way, and you hope that they would do these things, and then you hope that they would you know, and then it slowly turns into an expectation that you expect these actions out of them. You expect this feeling
Well, I
of
think that well, maybe okay. Here's where I'm coming from with this. I think maybe once you've established a relationship, then expectations can become a thing. I think
mm,
what I'm talking about is like off the bat type shit.
oh, off rip. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah. I
Now
see
that
what.
I'm thinking about it, and we're really like verbalizing shit, and I'm really like talking out loud and saying this shit, I think that I think that's where I don't know, but because I still really don't expect people to do like even bro, I've known you almost a fucking decade, and I don't expect anything from you. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess I expect you to show up to the podcast. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm grateful for you guys, man. And I want to take a second and say that I'm even just talking about it. I'm grateful for you guys, man. I'm
I'm
thankful
hella
you guys in
grateful.
my life.
I'm
I
grateful
love
for you
y'all.
guys
I
too.
fucking love you guys.
But
to be,
I feel like I haven't been telling Zero enough. I'm grateful for you, Zero.
yeah, I feel
Oh,
unappreciated.
actually, I did tell you today I was proud of you.
Wait, why? What did I do?
You don't remember? Wow.
No, but what did I do to
Resonate.
what did I do to be proud of?
I just you a year ago.
Oh
when
yeah.
I met you a year ago
Mm-hmm.
to now. Like I'm just proud of like you've come out of your shell. We're mentoring together. Like you're really what you say resonates with a lot of people. That's just important. You know what I mean? And not that I don't think that you had that same power a year ago, but the person that I met a year ago may have not taken the position that you're in right now to do the things that you're doing.
Yeah, 100%. No,
Like, you have your hands in a lot of stuff at work. I would say personally.
couple of things. Definitely. I appreciate
the way you chat to people is very respectful, but it's very like, listen, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm a little bit more like authority. Like, listen, dumb bitch. Nah. Not that much.
Let's go.
No, but no, I appreciate you guys.
I don't know about dumb bitch, but
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I was just fucking with you guys. I had a question. Something that I brought up to Save very quickly. I had to not elaborate, but really figure this out a little bit before I brought it on, especially to flesh it out a little bit more to make sure it's a question that could be answered, I guess not properly, but like in a good way. So the question is three kind of separate questions. So one question is, what is the worst year that you could think of, the best year that you could think of, and then the most pivotal year of your life so far? And this came about because of Save's theory of the fact that I'm so grateful recently is that I just turned 25, and that's kind of a pivotal moment in at least what he says, his life. And that's when he started feeling a lot more grateful for things. And so I wanted to see, I mean, based on those three questions, where you guys are standing.
this was a hard one for me to answer, Corpse. And I don't go. I want you to go first because this is not an easy question for me to answer.
Bro,
and
I've
we're
been
in our
taking
30s
some
now.
haymakers these last few fucking years, bro.
Yeah, but because the way I looked at it is a whole year is really hard to establish in your mind. Like, wow, this was a real pivotal year for me to go about doing certain things and the way I do certain things. Because I think the way that we are is very transitional throughout years, trial and error and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So,
but I feel like
I'm gonna let you go first while I think about it. So,
there's a lot of the
Go ahead,
times
what were
though,
you
like
gonna
a
say,
year, I feel like that as you progress, you're like 20, let's say 22, 23, you're like doing things and changing and evolving and maybe like changing what you're doing as you're going. But then like 20, let's say 24, it like clicks and you're like, oh, bro, this is like the difference between 24 and 22. It's all these little changes, but at 24, it like solidified a little bit more.
Dude, I think of that idea of like every year. I don't know. It just seems like the more you build that like callus up, you know what I mean? Like that scar tissue just bumping into shit. Every fucking year, it gets hard to think like, well, damn, is this year harder than that one? Because when I was that old, I saw things a certain way. Now this year, I don't see this, that stuff the same way, and it doesn't bother me or it doesn't affect me as much. But this stuff here affects me now, and it used to not affect me before. So it's a
hard question, bro.
That's a hard question, bro.
Yeah.
I would say probably I would take it by like situations. And it's what most pivotal, hardest, and then best.
Like either if you want to take it like happiest, you could do that. You could do best is like the most profound year that you might have had. It depends on how you want to.
Most pivotal year, I would say, of my life. Um, I would say 2000 and 2009, between 2009 and 2010, because that's when I moved back to California. And I always think of the separate timeline that I created of my life, dude, where I didn't move to Cali, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And what I would
yeah.
have became if I never started dancing with CI All Mill, you know what I mean? Because that led to Corpse. You know, like I'm here now doing this fucking podcast all because I made a decision at 16 years old to get involved
That's
with,
wild.
you know, so it's like, and I was on drugs, I was all this shit, like, you know what I mean? I was going in a certain direction. um Hardest year, dude, I'd say probably 2019 into 2020 was probably the roughest. Because that's when me and my son's mom had split up. And my sister, I think like 6 months before that, had moved back to North Carolina. So I was out here chilling just by myself. Like, you know what I mean? That taught me a lot. That
We
that
had lots of phone calls during that time. You and I.
that taught me a lot about myself, bro. Like, I said this to the kids who were dancing one time, and I didn't realize it until it applied to myself, really what those words felt like. But I was like, I told them one time, I was like, yo, this shit matters to you now because you're this old, and these things matter to this old type people. You get older, that stuff doesn't matter anymore, because stuff that are that old type people, that stuff matters to them, and it goes on and on, right? And I always remember, this is this type stuff, guys. Like, you know what I mean? This type. I would always say this type, like this type. There's a time and a place. Um, dude, that 2019 to 2020 like made me realize, like, dude, there was so much shit that I should not, like, fuck all that. Like, and now even going forward, it's like, bro, I've already hit like a certain rock bottom that I don't think could really like muster up to it. Like, drastic shit would have to happen in my life for me to hit that. Best year? Fuck. But dude, I've had some good times, boys. I've had a pretty fucking rad life. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, a lot of it's bullshit, but when I think about the cool stuff, like, you know what I mean, like the stuff I'm grateful for, it's pretty fucking rad, bro. Key West was fun. Florida, I think, was probably like fun, but I think best year, dude, probably like 20. You know, obviously Elijah, when Elijah was born, is obvious. That's too obvious.
Yeah, I don't think that counts.
That's
I mean,
too,
it counts, right? But I feel like that's a given.
yeah, that's life changing. But even that in itself, bro, is like so crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you learn about yourself. You fucking really learn. You really learn about yourself. Oh my god. Bro, I'd have to say probably like 14. It was like 2014 status.
Bro, that 2016 summer was just ridiculous. Everybody loves 2016 summer. What the fuck happened 2016 summer?
What happened that summer?
I don't know, bro, but it was just a momentous summer. Like, everybody just loves that. That year, 2016, was a good year for everybody. Maybe not everybody, but it was just such a good year, bro.
Dude, my dad died in December of that year, and it was like to think, I always hear people say that summer of 16. I'm like, dude, I don't remember nothing of 2016 except that. Like, that's the only, like, you get what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like,
I think
this
that's the
whole
year I
thing,
moved back to San Diego. 2016.
I think it is.
Yeah, because your dad passed away right when because I came back in September.
Mm-hmm.
Or August or September, and then your dad passed. Yeah, it was 2016. I came back to San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Because 15 I started crumping, and it was like the year. It was like, yeah, a year before that, bro. I was doing fucking, I was doing AOV and I was doing faction, bro, and I was coaching undeclared. Like, bro, I was dancing, like best year. Like, if I could think of like Putch, just Putch, you know, this motherfucker, what does he love doing, and how much was he doing it? Was he doing it good that year? I was doing it. I was doing it. I was doing it all the fucking time.
Yeah, I moved back August 2016 was when I came back to San Diego.
Yeah, Pops was gonna by December.
That's crazy, bro.
Wild shit.
All right, let's see. What was the 3 options? Best year of my life,
Most
worst year of
pivotal.
my life, and most pivotal.
Yeah.
Best year, I'll say best years of my life. I'm gonna say just based off of like recollection and just memory for the whole year. I'm talking about for the whole year because there's been times where I just had a great time. 2013, 2014, because I was in Vegas all the fucking time, bro, and I was really just like, enjoying the fuck out of my life, and I'll never forget it to this day. My boy, who I used to go out there with, we had this ritual because we always flew, right? We had this ritual, bro. We would go fly in Friday, leave Sunday. And Friday we'd link up, we'd go to the airport bar, have a couple of drinks, get on the plane, order a drink. We both put our headphones in, whether we were sitting together or separately. Put our headphones in, bro. We both had our own playlist that we would fly to for 45 minutes. And we both like played certain songs when we were, landing and shit. Go to the hotel, check in, and then like he would shower or I would shower, and then whoever wasn't showering would go downstairs, grab an 18 pack, put it on ice, and then we would fucking iron our clothes, bro, and we would we would look sharp as fuck, and we would sit. So by the time we got to Vegas, it'd probably be like 9 or 10, 8 or 9, and then by the time we would like be ironing our clothes, it'd be 10 o'clock, and we would put 2 chairs, and we always got a window hotel room that would face the strip wherever the fuck we were at. And he used to call me Mandalay because I love staying at Mandalay Bay because you could see the whole strip. That's my favorite fucking hotel to stay at. And we would put
Sorry.
2 chairs. We would put 2 chairs in front of the window, and we would just sit and chat for like an hour. And we would play The Weekend, or we would play like old Drake at that point, and we would just talk about like, man, there's no motherfuckers doing this shit like the way we are. You know what I mean? There's nobody like we're making the money that we're fucking making. Like we're two good looking guys. We don't even have to come here to get bitches. Like we just come here to have a good time. We know we're gonna fucking be hungover as fuck in the morning and wake up, and whoever wakes up first is gonna pass the other one a beer, and we're gonna drink, and then we're gonna go downstairs and gamble and go get some food and this and that, and we're gonna do it all again tomorrow night. And we would do that for an hour, and then 11:30 comes, call the cab or limo or whatever, wherever the fuck we were going that night, and just go and have a good ass fucking time and be vibing out wherever the fuck we're vibing at, wind up at the strip club, and get home, get back to the hotel like 4 in the morning. And that, bro, that happened like 17, 18 months in a row for me. It was fucking scheduled. We did it every single month, at least one time, sometimes even 2 times a month. And that, to me, I'll never forget that. That I had so much fucking fun, bro. It was the best time of my life. Um, then worst time of my life was
When you put it all on
I would
red.
say 2018, 2019, and same thing as Putch. That was I had just gotten out of my relationship, my 10-year relationship with my son's mom. Wound up being with another girl, but I was still like just fucked up from being in a routine with the same person for 10 years and then like changing it all up. And I was drinking every night, bro. I couldn't sleep without drinking, and I was just in a miserable place in my life internally, right? Like externally, nobody really fucking knew. But internally, I was just in a weird place. My life had just changed drastically. I had my own place for the first time. I was alone. Um, it was just horrible, bro. And it took me a long. And then right after that happened, like COVID fucking happened. I was even more alone, And then my mom got COVID, went to the hospital.
That's a scary story. Your mom's story is a scary story.
Bro, it was a fucked up time. Like that whole 3 year, I would say like 2018, 2019, 2020, that whole 3 years, I would never want to go back to that time ever in my life. This shit was fucked up. Most pivotal, most pivotal, most pivotal. I'd say was 2011, 2011, because that's when I got into the car business. And I don't know if I ever told this story, but was it 2011 or 2010? It was one of those years. Tara and I were living together, and I was working as a dishwasher, and I couldn't afford the rent for the place that we were fucking living at, and I don't know where the fuck she was at.
Gang shit.
Bro, I don't know where the fuck she was at, but she came home and she found me crying in the room on the floor, bro. I was like crying, like boo-hoo fucking crying. And she was like, "What's going on? What's wrong? This, that, and the other." And I was like, "Bro, we can't live like I." And this is back then, you know what I mean? Like the rent wasn't that expensive. It was like $1,100, $900, whatever the fuck it was back then. And I was like, "I can't live like this." So she was like, "Listen, let's just like go and look for a job, this, that, and the other." Applied for a dealership. Then I went painting. I went to go paint, and the manager called me, and he was like, "Hey, I got your resume. Can you come in for an interview?" And I was like, "Yeah. When do you want to schedule?" He's like, "Can you come in right now?" And I was like, "I'm not really in the attire to come in. You know what I mean?" But he was like, "No, just come right now." It was a brand new dealership. They were just fucking looking for people. I had fucking some Nikes on with Janowskis with paint all over them. I had paint all over my fingers. I had a white t-shirt on and black jeans. Walked in there. We did a standing interview. He just asked me a bunch of questions, hired me. And then that year, bro, was the most money I had ever made. Like in my 20s. Like I was 20 years old and I had made the most money that I've ever made before. And I was like, what the fuck? This just changed my whole fucking life. And now, like, sales is my life. I love selling. I love teaching people how to sell. I love everything about fucking sales. But the car business is a different beast, bro. Like that shit is scary, bro. You be yelling back and forth with your managers and like, "Fuck you, motherfucker!" Like, I remember when I was in finance. When I came back to San Diego, I was in finance, and one of my friends was a desk manager, and I was in finance. And bro, we started arguing in front of salespeople, and I called him a fucking bitch. And then I went in, I fucking did the deal, and then I came back out and I was like, "Yo, my bad. Like, I didn't even mean to call you that. It was disrespectful of me to do that in front of salespeople." And he's like, "Nah, we're good, bro. Like, I know you didn't fucking mean it. You're just mad at the fucking deal that you got." And I was like, "Yeah, my bad." But that was but getting into the car business was very pivotal to me because I grew very thick skin, and I had learned to like love people a little bit more. You know what I mean? And it showed me that money definitely changes people. Money fucks you up, bro.
Like yourself, or you saw it like in other people?
For everybody, bro. You put yourself in a position at 20 fucking years old, a motherfucker that never had shit before. Now you got a bunch of us, and you're making like buku bucks. Yeah, bro. It changes people. Hella changes people. It was a scary thing, and I had to be put in check, and somebody had to check my ass, and I was like, "Okay, you're right. Let's just make this bread and put it away, and I'm about to fly to Vegas every fucking month for 18 months." It was wild. It was wild.
I get real tight-lipped, bro, and people start talking about money and this and that, like how much they got. I'm just like, dude, I'm not disclosing that number. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't. I don't ever want to judge somebody based off of how much they make. You know what I mean? And
it doesn't fucking matter, bro.
Yeah, you know, but people look at it like that's just the reality. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the reality is people do look at each other based off of these social standards of how much they make. But really, it's like, bro, like somebody could be getting paid $8 an hour at a fucking thrift store somewhere, but this guy could probably build a house with his bare hands. You know what I mean? Like look at Amish people, bro. These motherfuckers build shit with their bare fucking hands, dude. You know what I mean? And it lasts forever. But they make no money.
That's the thing. I'm happier now making the salary or whatever the commission checks that I make now. I'm happier now than I was back then.
No.
Like I'm genuinely a happier person now than I was then. That's the crazy part about it, bro. I have way more time to do whatever the fuck I want. I have more time to do this. I have more time to see my son. I have more time to like. I miss the money. I'll tell you that much. I fucking miss the money, bro. But
Yeah.
I like. I enjoy life at a much slower pace than I did back then. Like I really like grasp everything that is happening and sit here and can enjoy every interaction that happens. And it's just way more rewarding now, as I am older. Like I'm glad I did that when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's a level of like you have to go through I guess the shattering of like your dream maybe cuz like I feel like everybody's goal in the beginning cuz it's such a easy maybe not easy but just like an easy goal to fixate on is to make as much money as possible. And let's say you have the opportunity or get the opportunity to get as not as much but a lot of money, way more than you're used to, and then realize all of the strings that it comes attached with. Do you think that like you necessarily need to like obtain that it break like that dream break a little bit and be like, oh fuck, like maybe this isn't everything and maybe there's a lot more to like the goals that I should set than just the money?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I think there's a time and a place for certain people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I grew older and I had a child, and now I live on my own, and so I do have to make a certain amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't have to make the money that I was making before. But it was nice during that time that I was making that money because I could do the things that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I only wanted to do those things because I had the money to do them. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of teetering that's going on. Had I not had the money to do all those things, I would have never experienced those things, and I may have wound up a different fucking person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't need to make funny money. You know what I mean? Like where I can be just dumb with it. Like, oh, go to Six Flags on a fucking random Tuesday, or pop up over here. Like it sounds nice. You know what I mean? It does. And I've been able to make money where it was like that. Like, you know what I mean? But like yeah, like Cisco's right. Like if I could really afford my life and be able to be around the kids and all this and all that more, I 100% would be doing that. Like trust me. Um but I just can't. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like it's right. It's like if you have your bottom line and you're hitting it and you got enough to be able to like make sure your family's good. Anything outside of that, bro, you're honestly trading. You know what I mean? Like you're being a little greedy. You know what I mean? If in my eyes, it's like you're being a little greedy and you're just kind of trading this time you could be spending with the fam or spending doing the things that you actually like doing. You know what I mean? Besides making money.
Yeah, I had a sales manager that would give us a hard time when we would leave work on our scheduled time to leave, and they'd be like, "Yo, where
Mm,
you going? Like, you're not gonna stay until close to try and make another deal?" Like what they were like, what happens, when you want to buy a house? What happens when you have a kid? Like, you don't want to put all that money away and make sure that you have that shit for like, motherfucker, I ain't even putting no money away for myself. Like, what the fuck? No, I don't want to fucking stay. You know what I mean? But that would get in your head and you'd be like, you know what, he's right. Like maybe I could stay for a couple 2 hours until we close the doors and I can make another deal because another deal might put $500 on my check or
mm-hmm.
$800 on my check. You know what I mean? Or I'm this close to my bonus, which is a $1,500 fucking bonus, or maybe somebody's gonna come in on this used car that I know I can make $2,500 on to sell it. Like, okay, now I'm gonna stay. You know what I mean? But that's the thing is, though, like when you're in that position, your life is leveraged by money,
Mm-hmm.
and my life is way more important than money is. So
Mm-hmm.
why was I leveraging my life to money? You know what I mean? Like, and that's the fucked up part because we love money. We can do everything we want when we have the fucking money. We don't have to penny pinch. We don't have to do this, that, and the other. But then I'm missing out on every fucking other thing that's going on. I'm missing out with time with my friends who I've been friends with for who knows how long. I'm missing out. I would be missing out on doing a podcast. I'd be missing out on so much shit, bro. So when they say time is money, my time is more important than money.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But what about, so I feel like I get into this problem a little bit. I feel like a lot of the times people need to be motivated by money to have the drive. But me personally, I've never, ever been motivated by money. I thought like when I get a job, I'll be motivated by money. Didn't happen. When I get out of school, I'll be motivated by money. It didn't happen. When I get a place, I'll be motivated by money. It hasn't happened. Like I get a little worried because I'm like, I know money's important, but I do like by default, I think I've always valued time over money. But like in the world we're in right now, not that like you can't do things to make more money with less time, but it's just I feel like sometimes like I need a little bit more drive, and money's like an easy de facto like way to drive people sometimes, where I'm like just missing that part of my brain where I'm like,
yeah, but you here I'm, and I mean this in the most respectful way possible.
Mm-hmm.
You've never had to worry about money.
No, that's true, definitely.
So that plays the biggest key right there.
But like.
Mm-hmm.
All you've ever had to worry about is whatever minimum rent that your parents asked you to pay, your car payment, and your gas. Like, other than that, everything else, your money went to everything else that you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you weren't grinding because you couldn't eat. You weren't grinding because you couldn't put gas in a car. You weren't grinding because, you know what I mean? Like if you wanted to grab something, you could easily grab it. It would be more of a matter of, do I really want to watch this money leave my bank account type shit for you? But it was like, it wasn't a struggle bust type of thing for you because you never had to worry about the money. You know what I mean? You never had to worry that this was going to be your last dollar.
Bro, I've been making life decisions at the gas pump, dog, for a cool minute, bro.
You're like, I can only put $15.85 in this. Yeah, and I'm hoping that gets me to where I need to go.
85.
I mean, you've never been in that position. You know what I mean? So therefore, money doesn't dictate the way that you go about your life. But now it might change for you now because you have your own joint. You know what I mean? Now you really got to really watch. You might be sitting on 6 to 8 months worth of savings or whatever that you can. But what happens when that starts depleting and you're like, oh fuck, now I don't know if I make enough to do the things that we were normally doing.
Well, so that's like, I guess, part of what do you guys suggest, I guess, of like, if you don't have that drive for money, let's say, where can you pull from to have like the same drive? You know what I mean? Because I want to do well. I do want to make money, but
from that will drive you.
But I also don't want to struggle.
When you're sitting on the floor of that bedroom, crying your eyes out because you can't afford the rent.
Yeah, I don't want to get to that point.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that is the driving force.
Every time you crawl out that bed, say, "Damn, I like how this bed feels. I like how
that's the driving force."
Yeah,
I like living alone.
Brushing
I like
teeth,
where I'm at.
Looking in the fucking mirror, I can stand here and piss with the fucking door open, was cracking. I can walk around this bitch butt naked. All of that, you like that? That's what you like? Okay, then you're gonna go. Let's clock in, baby. You know, let's clock in.
That's the driving force now, because you have your own space. You like your own space. Like I said, I refuse to move back in with my dad. He's told me hundreds and thousands of times, like, Mijo, if you need to move back in with me, you absolutely can. Fuck that, because then I failed in my eyes. Once you leave the nest, you don't go back.
Yeah,
that's the driving force.
It's hard, bro. Like, even like me moving back in with my sister, I'm not even there, and I still think about it, and it makes me feel like, like, you know,
motherfucker rents out a hotel room to do the podcast, bro.
You feel me? Like, it just doesn't feel right. I don't feel comfortable. It's not quiet enough. It's not my space. You know, I gotta have my space.
Like, think about it, bro. Like, you and I don't talk about finances a lot, right? But you think I'm really fucking like going to Spectrum and just wasting my fucking time when I'm there? Fuck no. I gotta fucking make sales because I gotta pay for this fucking place. I gotta pay for my son to play baseball. I gotta pay for him to fucking go to Play City and do shit like that. Plus, I got my own personal expenses. If I want to send a girl some money so she can get lunch, or if I want to fucking go get lunch with you or whatever, like, I want a
fucking corn dog.
Yeah, if I want to eat 30 corn dogs in 2 hours, I gotta pay for that shit,
dude. Yeah.
God
damn.
Like that's the driving force. And it might look different because you're not like, oh fuck bitches, get money over everything, this, that, and the other. We don't have to be like that. But we know what we gotta put our heads down and do in order to continue doing what the fuck we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why when we're at work, I don't give a fuck if I'm a top guy or not. What the fuck are my paychecks looking like? That's what I care about. I don't give a fuck about being a top guy. Who the fuck? Because I'm a top guy, who the fuck am I impressing? I don't give a fuck. I care about what my paycheck looks like, and as long as my paycheck makes sure that I can maintain the things that I maintain, I can go out once or twice every month if I wanted to do that. I can go eat somewhere fucking nice. Like that's all the fuck I give a fuck about. I can go eat poke with you, or if I'm driving to work and I'm like, hey, I'll be early. You want some Starbucks? If I can take care of you, my people, me, whoever the fuck is around me, that's all I give a fuck about. Fuck being a top guy, bro. I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm here to make sure my paper is right. That's it.
Goddamn right, baby. America.
Fuck yeah.
Bro, no,
I just
like
up on you
even
my bad. I didn't mean
No, you're good, bro. No, I
even,
genuinely like ask myself this because like no, you are right. Like as I've been absolutely blessed, and I'll say it every fucking day, but I've been blessed with the ability to like not necessarily be able to relate every time when you guys are like talking about the struggles that you guys have been through. And I guess to some degree it's a double-edged sword because I don't have that drive for money in that same regard. But I'm more wanting to figure out the same drive with a different force behind it before I have to get to that point of like, this is my story. I hope that I can like divert from that story and just be like, this is what drives me. This could be what drives a lot of other people who aren't necessarily innately driven by money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but you also have to be thankful for it, right? Like, be thankful that you've never been put in a position where you put $1.15 in your fucking gas tank. You know what I mean? Like, that shit sucks, bro. You know what I mean?
No, I know you guys aren't ever proud.
Put $1.15 in my gas tank, and I look around and see who the fuck is around me real quick, and then I like jam out, and I'm like, oh fuck, I hope I can make it to work, type shit. You know what I mean? Like, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to put your pride aside. I mean, there was a time where I was like, yo, Demo, can you give me a fucking ride home? You know what I mean? Like, I was taking the trolley to do, but like, see, that's the thing, right? It's like, do it in silence. That's what I wish I would have known when I was making all the fucking money that I was making. Because I was loud and proud that I was fucking making all this money. Like, don't do that shit. You don't need to flaunt to nobody. You find your own drive, you make your own money the way that you do it, and then let that be that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like all these top performers at the job that we work at and shit that are like, oh, I'm a top performer, my face is on the wall, and this, fuck you. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. Let me see. You sold 100 mobiles, but let me see what your paycheck looks like, homie. Like, that don't mean shit. You didn't make there's a lot of metrics that go behind that shit. And I guarantee you my paycheck probably looks similar to yours. Because if it didn't, you know what I mean, I wouldn't be in positions that I am where I'm at. You know what I mean? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Like it's the loud ones that you got to worry about. And I think Jay-Z said it. He said the quietest one in the room is the richest.
They're always the most dangerous, that's for sure.
And there's a picture of him, and it's crazy, bro. I've seen this picture of Jay-Z. I'll see if I can find it. I'll send it to you guys. There's a picture of Jay-Z who's obviously worth more than any fucking rapper out there, right? And it's like there's like 30 of them in the fucking room. They all got these big ass chains on and grills in and all this gold, watches, all that shit. And this motherfucker has nothing. Nothing. And he's the richest one in the fucking room.
No.
Bro, I wear just enough jewelry so they can send me home. You know what I mean? If they were to ever find me somewhere. I wear just enough jewelry, bro. And I've always been, I'm significantly older than some of the boys in my friend group back home, like some of the boys in the fam. And so I've always enjoyed kicking it around them because it's like I don't even feel pressured to flaunt my money in front of them. I don't even feel like I need to even mention my job around these guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like talking about it. Because, we get paid pretty good money. Like, you know what I mean? Electricians, period. Like, you know what I mean? They get paid pretty good money, and I travel. So I get, it's a lot of cool shit that comes with it. Like, but I don't Like even now, like it just sounds weird coming out of my mouth. Like
Yeah.
like it's like fuck that. But I don't know. I because I've had that thing too of like I'm not if it's for the money, this is bullshit. I could just go rob people, you know? Like I could just go rob people, bro. Like, you know, I could sell like, you know, you could get into illicit activities allegedly. Like, you know, stupid as fuck. Like I would rather make an honest man's paycheck, one, you know, and two, it's to show my son, like, hey, bro, when you got responsibilities, you're going to do things that you don't want to do. You feel like you don't have to do them. No, you need to do these things. These are your responsibility. I
normally wear my chain tucked in. The only time I really wear my chain out is when we're on the podcast or like if I'm going out or something. Like I have a nice outfit on and I want to show my chain, but I always wear my chain tucked in. Typically, I normally wear my chain tucked in.
And I tell myself nowadays too, if I'm in a space where I feel like I need to do that, then I don't need to be there. You know what I mean? Like I should be able to feel like myself and feel cordial. Like, you know what I mean? Like just be myself.
Yeah, and I mean that's the other thing, right? Like when you have money, like I was getting to the point where I would buy expensive shit that was just for me. Like I would buy like $200 ties or you know like $80 pairs of socks and shit like that because I was making the money and I didn't want to flaunt it to other people, but it would make me feel nice that I had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Fuck everybody else. You know what I mean? Fuck everybody else, bro. We don't have to. You don't have to show off shit to fucking anybody.
See, I won't tell anybody when I hit the lottery, but there will be signs, right?
Like
if you live in California, everybody gonna know.
There will be signs, right?
But best believe, if I win the lottery, bro, I'm living in a fucking $25-30 million crib in Rancho Santa Fe, and I'm fucking having a nice ass whip and all type of shit, and fuck everybody, dog.
Bro, I don't know. I think we've talked about this for sure, but I'm always of the sentiment now, especially that I've like have a job and like have a place now. I always just like, even if I win the lottery, I just want enough to live and not worry ever.
Say that.
Ever.
You say that
no,
until you have the money.
But the thing is like, that's the thing is that it works backwards too. So I'm not motivated by money if I don't have enough, but I'm also I'm not necessarily like, and maybe this has changed with like a little bit of age and the fact that like I was kind of in a more fucked situation with money, but having a lot of it or as much as I've had ever, I'm never like, ooh, like, I don't know, crazed by it as well. Like it works in reverse. You know, backwards, I should say, like not incentivized by it, but I'm also not like super motivated by it. But yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't live here probably, right? Like I would move to a house, but I don't want like a multi-million-dollar house. That sounds like lame to me. I'd want to buy like a decent property here. I'd buy one close to my mom. And then it depends on how much money I have, but like I'd probably buy her a place if I could, buy my dad a place if I could. And they're not going to be like super extravagant. Y'all are not getting fucking maids, okay?
You're telling me you get $500 million. That's how much you actually pocket. $500 million. You're not living in, you're not going to have one multi-million-dollar crib.
There will be signs, bro.
Wait, so when you say multi-million, you're talking about like 10 and above, 10 million and above, right?
That's not what multi is. Multi is anything over one.
Well, yeah, but no. I'm saying when you say multi, I know multi is more than one. I'm saying when you say multi, do you mean more than 10, or are you saying?
Okay, if you're asking me, yeah, my crib is over 10 million. One of my cribs is over 10 million.
So if I'm pocketing,
my crib in San Diego will be over $10 million. But I'm not buying my mama a house. She can live with me because my crib will be that big. That she could come live. Corpse could come live with me.
I'll be your neighbor in the same house.
Yeah, you can live in like
I would buy like multi. I don't think multi. Maybe like, I guess multi, but nothing over like 9.
Okay, my bad that you're right under 10 million.
No,
Like,
but like nothing of
9
I got
million is
I'm
a
not getting
big-ass
close. I'm not
crib.
getting close to 9 though. That's what I'm saying. I'm probably not
But
getting I'm doing
you're
like
capping yourself at 9.
maybe like
You're
3
capping
million,
yourself at
like
9.
maybe $3 million, but only because the real estate here is ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, but a $3 million crib is still a big crib.
No, it's not, dog. No, it's not.
You could find, bro. You could find a $3 million crib
Up north?
nice out here. Yeah.
Bro, in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, you can
Fuck
get a
around.
nice ass crib in
Yeah, but I could buy a
Austin,
nice
bro.
house in fucking Austin for $800K, bro. Like that's what I'm spending there. Then I'm buying another spot in Philly for about $1 million, and I'm straight. That's all I need. The rest is
That's what
going
I'm
to
talking
everything
about.
else.
I'm buying a place here. I'm buying a place near my mom. I'm probably buying a place near my grandmother, and she could live there. And I probably help my family out with some things that we're going through here on the side. But I don't know. Like a lot of that's probably just going into like.
They don't put a dent in 500 million.
But a lot of that is probably
Damn.
just going to like I don't know if it's a trust that would be proper to put it into, but I'd want it to be allocated correctly to where it builds over time. Like, and then I can
Throw
just,
that motherfucker in a CD, dog, and you fucking making 5% off that bitch, dog, and your money will last for a long. I mean, we kind of talked
it'll
about
last
this
forever. Yeah, you have infinite money glitch at that point. But I found out actually, if you put $6 million in a high yield savings account, that's like 5%. You get $240,000 a year.
Yeah.
That's
Remember
fine.
we talked about this?
How
And
much?
then you live off of $240,000 a year.
No, how
And you
much you gotta
allow
put
that
in there?
shit to have
Six-
compound
6
interest,
million.
and you're fucking good.
6 million, bro. It's not like
6 million out of your 500 mil.
I was gonna say. It's not a little bit, but it's not that much. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
not
but think
as
about
much
it.
as
Think
I
about
thought.
think about you opening multiple of those.
Definitely. I mean, like it could be real fun, real quick. But
So you could afford to live in a $30 million crib, dog. Is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, I don't know if I want that. Like I don't.
You don't know until you have the money.
Sure, and I mean, like I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of things. I'm like, I didn't know this was even possible. With another 500 mils on the table.
yeah,
Everything is
a helicopter?
It changes too when you say like, I wouldn't want this big of a house, right? And I said that too, bro, right? And I started actually writing out one day what my dream house would be and what it would have in there. Bro, it's easily a couple $1 million house. Podcast studio, right? Soundproof.
See,
like,
yeah,
and
I
I'm
don't want
get
all
down,
that.
get detailed, bro. Get detailed. Like soundproof walls, this, that, and the third. I want this in the house. I want this in the house. In the kitchen, like what does it look like? Like, you know what I mean? Like you like really envision that shit. I'm easily $1 million crib, bro.
Maybe like a studio, a little space in the backyard or something, like big enough for. I got a little like.
You gotta build it.
You walk over and you're like, "Yo, what's up?"
Bro, those back houses like that in spots like North Carolina and Texas and like like everywhere east of California, pretty much, like adds a good fucking chunk of money to the price of the crib. Bro.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm definitely, but not like 10 mil. That's high.
No, not 2 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, honestly, like I would have a big ass crib here, right? But my dream spot would be like a warehouse. I think we talked about this on the pod before. A warehouse, bro. Like I would want to live in a warehouse.
That'd be wild. Tfue did that, I think.
Open the door. I could pull my fucking car in. Close. It'd be like a loft area. I could have one section sectioned off for the podcast. I could fucking paint on the other side whenever the fuck I wanted to. Like I would just have a fucking dope ass crib. But that would probably be like a
shout out, Cuzzo. Shout out, Damo. With
look at it. People are proud of you, Damo.
Thank you.
Look at that. Shout out my 910.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Much love.
Get drunk time. This is get drunk for the last hour time.
Really quick,
water.
sorry to answer because I didn't answer the question myself. What is it? Cutwater?
Man. We didn't mean Cutwater, dog. San Diego based company. These fuck you up. So these are like 8.
That shit is so blown out. It's censored because they didn't sponsor the podcast.
Yeah, they didn't sponsor. So hey, fuck
Rip.
you, Cutwater. Pay me,
Damn,
dog.
Gang, gang.
The worst and best years of my life are honestly pretty stacked.
Oh,
like
shit, you're right. You didn't answer.
I didn't answer. Yeah, I didn't answer the question.
Oh,
Just to
Been talking for the last
good.
25 minutes.
No, but I've prompted all of the questions, so it's okay.
Sure.
They're kind of stacked. So I'd say 2017 to 2018 was the worst. Wait. I had so much time to think about this now. Now I can't think of it. Actually, 2017. I guess 2016 to 17 was probably the best because
2016, 2017.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I just got out of a relationship and I was really free. Like it felt
I'm free.
it felt like, I don't know, like I had a lot of time to recoup that I needed to just to be myself and to be with friends and to be with family and have no like looming thing over my head. So it was probably the best.
And you were 17 years old at this time, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me that the best time of your life so far was when you were 17. That's wild to me.
Well, it's only gotten like, I don't know, I think better. I mean, there's been a lot of ups and downs. The worst was probably 17 to 18 because I had gained all of that like ability and like freedom and stuff. And then I lost it because I moved here. When I moved here, I had no friends. I had nobody really to like talk to. I didn't have a job. I felt like I wasn't like contributing to anything. I stopped making videos. I like stopped everything that I had basically like loved doing and like kind of built up and had gotten for the first time. And that was that year. It was like super, I don't like to say depressed very often because I think that's a pretty serious word, but as close as depression as I've ever gotten was probably that year.
You think it was because you moved here?
That
you stopped doing all that stuff.
The move here honestly came with a lot of strings that I didn't really work out at the time. It was so built up in my head because I had moved from California to Texas, to New Mexico. When I moved, it was super sad. I was like super mad at like my mom, and there was a lot of emotions to it that eventually like I kind of figured and worked out. But the goal was always to come back and to be like live my life here because I always felt like it was supposed to be here. And it's funny that Corpse brought up the whole like alternate reality from a move because I have that exact same experience of like so much when I was younger was fixated on the idea that like if I just didn't move, my life would be so much different. And I'll never know, obviously, we'll never know what it's like on the other side of that different reality. But there's so much that I'm grateful for that happened in that move and in that whole process that like made me the type of person I am today. But in that transition from California to New Mexico and living there for like 8 years, I think it was, there was a lot of like buildup of what California was supposed to be in my head. It was like a relationship with my father that I never really got to get because I was in New Mexico. It was a relationship with friends that I had left here when I was in elementary, bro. Like that's how built up in my head it was. It was like, oh, my friends are gonna be back. We're gonna be so sick because we kept in touch as like the time went on. I came here for summer. We like kept in touch. We were cool. And like everything's gonna work out. Like this is obviously when I was younger. I'm gonna move out here and be like doing YouTube full time. I'm gonna make a lot of money, whatever. Everything's gonna be so cool, like so easy. It's gonna be so nice. That was the naive dipshit brain I had. And then
I don't think it's dipshit. Don't do that to yourself.
No, but it was just like it was just so not thought out that like of course it wasn't gonna work out that way. Like yeah, no shit. So coming out here, realizing that like a relationship with my dad is way more work than I was intending. My friends that I had thought would be ready for me to come back are doing their own thing because they have their own life, and of course they do. Like they're not gonna wait for me or anything like that. Realizing that a lot of them weren't like necessarily available to be my friend by the time I got out here. And that's for like one reason or another, but and also the fact that like I wasn't working for a good portion of that year was like none of this was supposed to happen this way. So it was like the most idea shattering that I've ever experienced, and all of that being like happening all in at once made me super depressed, or as close as depressed as I could say I've been. And then the most pivotal year was the year right after, because I got a job, felt a lot better about that. I had gotten a little bit closer with my dad, and I think since then, obviously, I've gotten closer and closer, and found Julissa. And a lot of the things that I was like shattered the year prior, I had kind of reimagined, like, okay, things are going to be way harder than I thought, but I'm way more capable than I realize, and I can do things and change things, and there's people in my life that that I could be, grateful for, and work to have better relationships. And so that was probably the best, most pivotal year of my life, because I got more control over my life in that year.
Mm.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
About your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't know. I think I talked about this on the podcast before. Like, my mom and I didn't always have the best relationship growing up, but now that I'm older and um her and I have hung out more as we've gotten older, like, we've really gotten to talk to each other about each other, and like, hey, like, you were a great mom, and this is what I feel like you could have done differently, but I understand why you done this, that, and the other. And like, same thing for me. Like, you were kind of a shit son when you were younger, but I know why you did that shit and this and that. So I was actually with my mom on Sunday, and um like, I have a great relationship with my dad, right? Like, I just went and saw him yesterday, and we had dinner together, and we talk about the shit that I know he likes, like hunting and guns and Mexico and all this shit, right?
Mm.
But on Sunday, my mom, we took a shot of tequila, and she asked me, she was like, have you ever talked to your dad about how you feel? And I was like, what do you mean how I feel? And she was like, have you ever talked to him about not being there when you wanted him to be there? Like, he never went to any of your dance shit. He never watched you skate. He probably doesn't even know that you did graffiti, and got paid for it. Have you ever talked to him about that? And I was like, nah. And I don't plan on it. Like, I don't
Mm.
plan on talking to my dad about any of those things, because, and I've talked to you. I've talked to you about your dad, right? Like, I've talked to you and like, yo, why don't you say something? Or like, why don't you talk to him about this now, or tell him how you feel? And you're like, oh no, I know how he's gonna respond. And then I gave you shit for it, right? Like, I gave you shit, and I was like, yo, you should talk to him about that. But then when my mom asked me that question, and I was like, nah, like, I'm not gonna talk to him about it, because I already know what he's gonna say. And I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, Damo told me the same exact thing, and I pressed him on it. Like, how do you know what your dad's gonna say? Like, you don't know. You're older now. This, that, and the other. But I understood, like, from the outside looking in. My mom asked me that, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, I'm okay with my dad leaving this earth and never telling him that. Never telling him that. But yeah.
No.
This might be the night, boys. But I I I don't know, because there's just something about my dad where I just don't want him to feel like he fucked up. You know what I mean? I don't want him to think like, damn, I did all. Remember how we were talking about earlier, where like, I wish I would have put all this money away, and I would have had all this shit before Peanut got here, and this, that, and the other. Like, I did the opposite of that because of my dad. Ultimately, that was the reason. You know what I mean? So if
Hmm.
it's like he gave me this great life. Like, not that he's giving me a bunch of money or he pays for my house or anything like that, but he really showed me how to be a man, but at the same time, like, be the man that I don't want to be for my son.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So how do I, you know, I can thank him for being the man that he is, but I don't want to fucking like put a fucking plate of shit in his face and be like, yo, but you fucked up and you weren't there for me. You know what I mean? And I think this kind of circles back. The reason I brought this up because it kind of circles back to the great, like being grateful. Like
Mm.
I'm grateful that he didn't show up to that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That he didn't do the things that he did, because if he did, I might not be in the position that I am now for my son.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's funny because I have those talks with my mom. I have those talks with my mom now. Like, you know, and I straight like, dude, why did my dad do that? Like, you guys are fucking dumb. Like, I straight tell her, like, you guys are retarded, dude. Like, why were y'all doing that? Like, you know, or like, God, why was he you know, like, why was he this way? Like I talked to her, and I have like real, I would have never asked my dad those questions though, for sure. Um, I think it's important though that people do have some level of like, you know, like talks with their parents. Like, it's healthy to unpack some of the stuff that happened in childhood and understand like maybe why it happened that way. You know what I mean? Because I try to think of my dad now as me with Elijah, right? But he was him with me. Like, you get me? So like I know what I don't want. I love the things I love about my dad, and then I hate the things that I hate about him. And
Yeah.
so I try
But
to
do you hate them though? Do you hate them, or do you
yes.
just like?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's things that I've learned about my father, or things that I knew and I allowed him to pass without addressing it. Like, I have a sister, bro, like, this is honest hour. Like, I have a sister, bro, who passed away when she was very young, right? And my dad, he would not discuss her with us.
Hmm.
Like, to my knowledge, I have never heard him even like speak of her ever.
Yeah, my mom had a miscarriage too, and I didn't know until I was older
So it's like,
that
how dare
I could
you?
have been a younger sibling to somebody, and I wound up being the oldest.
So to me as the child, I feel like, how dare you cut off this information to my sister? You know what I mean? Like, and she had a different mom, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But it's still my sister, because her little sister, my sister Rhonda, that's my sister. Like, and I know her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she'll probably end up watching this fucking podcast. Like, that's my sister. Like, you know what I mean? So it's just weird that he treated her so different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my sister that passed. You know what I mean? And I wish I would have confronted him more about that and be like, hey, dude, like, it's already bad enough, dude. You got multiple wives, dog. Like, let's just talk about the kid, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Because the first time I ever saw her face, I found a picture that was in his room, and I asked him like, "Hey, who's that?" And dude, he flipped out, bro. He flipped out on me. And I don't
Yeah,
want
but I
to.
mean that's also trauma that he has to deal with too. You know what I mean? Like,
So with
Mm-hmm.
my son, I'm trying to be in a space where there's a no-fly zone. Like, there is obviously some stuff that's going to be a no-fly zone, right? Like, and he's going to find that out later. But to create as many no-fly zones with him, like, you know what I mean? Like, because if I'm doing something that's affecting him, I want him to have the space to be able to tell me that. Like, you know what I mean? Some
Mm-hmm.
stuff is just like, dude, you're a kid, shut up. Like, you know, and some stuff is like, all right, dude, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk to you like that. You know, so you got to pick and choose your battles. Ay.
I
no, but
think.
when my mom asked me that, bro, I was like, I thought of you immediately. Like once I processed everything, and I was like, holy fuck, I really pressed zero to chat with his dad, and now I know where you're coming from when you're like, oh no, nah, like I already know what the fuck he's gonna say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't fault you for that because I don't want to have that conversation with my dad.
Can I say something? Can I
Yeah.
say something just because I hear both my buddies saying this? Is don't make the decision for them, right? If this was me giving you advice, because this is what I look back at, is don't make the decision for them, right? And then, but then do it only if you want to, and then if you want to and you're not doing it, then you need to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you're
No,
just
but the thing is that my thing is that it's not gonna change the outcome of anything.
but we don't know that.
No, it's not. He can't ever watch me dance again. He can't ever watch me skate again. He can't ever go to any of my pieces that I got paid
You
for.
know what's
That
Oh,
none of that will ever
funny
happen.
though? My dad has that exact same point of like it does. It's like we can't change anything, but something that I've really come to term. I want to say I've come to terms with. I hope I have. I feel like I have. um, isn't
Matt,
necessarily
the waterworks is really about to start going right now
isn't.
because
Yeah,
I'm on the
I'm
verge, bro.
gonna.
You about to get me right there. You about to get me. Be careful what you say, dog, because I've never cried on the
Listen,
podcast. You two motherfuckers have, and I'm not ready for it.
I'm not necessarily trying to, but something that I kind of figured out. I hope, and it happened at a good time because it happened as I was like leaving, probably like a couple months ago. Really, I realized that like I I obviously can't change my dad, and I have to love him for like who he is. And there's a saying that's like there's a you have a bloodline, and the bloodline keeps dripping until there's somebody who's ready to feel it. And what that essentially is like it's coming to terms with the fact that like my dad is a reaction of what his dad did, and what his dad did, and what his dad did, and so on and so forth. And I could choose to continue the bloodline, and as unfair as it might be, I could also choose to change the outcome going forward, because I have to endure everything that he's going to react to, but maybe my kid doesn't have to, and that's a better outcome. But also coming to the realization of he might not want to talk about or address or as much as I might think I deserve an apology, apologize for anything he's ever done that I deem unfair. I just have to come to terms and love what he is willing to do or give. And I mean, whether that's fair or not is a whole nother conversation. But I think it is better to leave things said versus unsaid, because as much as I guess we'd like to say we're comfortable, when his eyes close forever, to leave things unsaid, I don't think that that's okay. And when you did talk to me about it, Save, I did have a conversation with him, and as much as he might say like, oh, it doesn't matter, it mattered to me a lot, because when he goes, I could say there's nothing that I left on the table,
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite, bro.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite because I see how my dad is, and I see how he is with my kid, and I see how he is with his other grandkids. And to me, like I said, because I try and find the light in every situation, bro. You know what I mean? I try and find the positivity, and I had to endure that, and whether you say it's childhood trauma or whatever the fucking case may be, that I haven't unpacked it or whatever. Like I feel like I've unpacked it if I'm able to chat about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me to understand that I will not do that to my kid is enough understanding for me to never have to bring it up, because in my eyes, my father has a better life without me being like, hey, yo, like you really fucked me up because you didn't do this shit.
Well, but also like you don't. What if like not even necessarily bringing it up in that vein? What if it's like?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, obviously I'm
like
being very
that.
vain right now.
I know, no, but I just mean of like, but
if
it's
I would have been like,
okay.
Dad, I wish you would have watched me dance. Dad, I wish you would have done this. But then I say like, oh, I'm glad you didn't though, because now look at the life that Peanut's gonna have. Like, no, like
Or
I think it's better off going unsaid.
Do you think it would create more of an inclination for him to be at Peanuts games?
No, because I already think he will do that.
what if also not only to your son, but what if he? I do think to some degree I feel like I have changed my dad even a little bit. I don't. He can't go back. He'll never be able to go back. None of us can. But everything that I've told him, one, gets me closer to him because now he knows how I feel. And whether or not he wants to address that or not is definitely within his power, within his right. but at least he knows. He has a better like indication of where I am. And then 2, even if like 1% of him, the next time I see him, can be more informed on how to act and how I would appreciate it, and he acts on that, that's something that I could be appreciative of.
Yeah, but I'm to the point where like I don't need my dad to act any different towards me. He shows me love. I mean, like last night, I wasn't gonna go to his crib, bro. I was hungover as fuck. I was like, my stepmom, I wasn't like, I was under the impression that my stepmom wasn't gonna be home, so nobody was cooking. And he called me and he said, "Hey, we're waiting for you. Like, where you at? We're waiting to eat."
Mm-hmm.
Like that to me is like, you waited for me to eat. My stepmom cooked. Like, okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I was there. We ate. We had a good time. We talked about his time in Mexico again because I know that's what he enjoys. I'm to the point where I'm chilling in my life right now, where I am as a father, and I have great conversations with my father about whatever the fuck it is. Granted, I only get one day to talk to him,
Mm-hmm.
like face to face, but I mean, God willing, he'll make it back home to where he's from, where he wants to die and rest his head, and I'll be able to go visit him. God willing, of course, right? Like I'll be able to spend so much more fucking time with him when I go visit him out there, and we'll be able to do everything that we weren't able to do when I was a kid, as me as an adult with him, in the place that he wants to be and enjoys being at, doing the things that he enjoys doing, and maybe at that point, then maybe I'll have a conversation with him, but like where I am in my life, I don't care to do that because one, I'm in a good place. I'm in a great place. I've taken the light out of the negative, what others may call a negative situation, or even what I may call as a negative situation. And why put, I like, there's no, I have no need to put a burden on him to think that he fucked up when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a good man, bro. Like, I grew up to be a great individual because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So what do I need to tell him? You know what I mean? I grew up to be a great individual. I genuinely feel like I'm a great individual. I have great people around me. Look at you two. If I was really that fucked up, you guys wouldn't be around me. But I'm a part, like I grew up because of that. I don't even know what the fuck what came up on the bottom. I missed it.
He wants you to change your mind. Just talk to him about it, bro. I'm on team talk
What's
to
the
him
benefit?
about it.
But it's
What's
also
the
but it's
benefit?
also
Though?
so
What's the
weird
benefit?
that you flipped so hard from like chatting with me
No,
about
because
it.
I understand.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
because
going to ask him.
now,
How are you able? Where's the
I get it,
disconnect
like-
of you telling him and then you not doing it?
I
though?
get it though.
well, because now it's in front of me and I'm understanding of it. Like,
Mhm.
Interesting.
there. What good comes of it? What good
Okay.
comes of it?
Because I'm on team good comes from it. Right. I'm on team good comes from it. All right. And one, it does something for me. Right. It does something for me to look at the person across from me and they ain't even got to apologize and they can rationalize whatever the fuck. But me saying it to you makes me feel better. Just about
Yeah,
what
but I feel
happened.
better just saying it to you guys.
But it's no, it to me, okay, and that's where it is fair if that's enough for you. But for Pacho, it was not enough. It was not
Yeah,
enough. Like no, I
like
needed.
if my father passes away tomorrow, I will not regret that I did not have this conversation with him. I know that I will not because because where my father and I are currently, we're in a great place. Where I am with as being a father, I'm in a great place, and I know that the outcome of our conversation cannot change the outcome of who I am as a man to this day, and will not change the outcome of how he moves forward. I know that for a fact because there is nothing that he can do for, like I said, there's nothing that he can do for me now that he isn't already doing.
I do. I like to openly bring some of the stuff up to my mom, right? Because again, I'm team good comes from it, and I feel that sometimes I find a certain connection with her because I I'm telling her I recognized her faults and her mistakes. I love you for them, Mom. Like, you know what I mean? And to me, honestly, I feel like it brings the most peace to my mom to hear me tell her, like, yeah, I know that you did this, but I still love you. Like, I love you. Like, you know what I mean? I love you, Mom. Like, you know what I mean? But you and my dad were fucking nuts, fam. Like, you guys are straight bonkers.
I think that's the difference, right? It's like I think I'm more open with my mother about talking about how I grew up with whatever the fuck she did when I was growing up, because I have a more active relationship with her, and she's still constantly changing with
And that's
me.
it's your mom, and it's
You know
mom.
what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's more of a safe space when it comes to talking to mom, right?
yeah, it's
But
mom.
I feel like with mom, it's more of I have a constant relationship with you, where you watch my son overnight sometimes, or um, you and I go out to dinner together, and there's things that we chat about, or even the way, like, I don't think my father views me in a negative way, but I do believe that my mother did view me in a negative way because I did some fucked up shit as a child that my father didn't see, but my mother was there to witness all of it. So I feel like the conversation with my mother had to happen because of those situations, and I didn't want her to think that I was a fucked up, that I grew up to be a fucked up adult. And I don't, and I know now that she doesn't view me that way. She thinks I'm a great father. She thinks I'm a great man. She thinks I'm an alcoholic that smokes too much, which, granted, those things may be true, but she knows that when the time comes and something needs to go down, or you know what I mean, I'm the one to call.
Do
I'm the,
you think that
and it's the opposite of what she thought before, right? Where she thought it was my brother who was the one to call. When a call to action is there, who do you call? She found out real quickly that that was not to be the case.
Do you think she has a certain relationship, or you have a certain relationship with her because of your dad's lack of involvement?
No, but I
No.
think she appreciates the more I converse with her about how I felt when I was a kid and where I am now because of it, because I have opened up to her about it.
Hmm.
No, she knows how I view my father, and I don't, like I said, I don't view my father negatively at all. Do I wish he would have done? Do I wish he would have like known some of the shit that I was into when I was younger? Absolutely, because I'm that much involved with my child at his current age. You know what I mean? But I'm also an understanding where when you're a fucking
So why
immigrant,
not
bro,
try
and
that
you're
with your
here,
dad?
because what's the benefit of it?
Because then you'll have the same relationship you have with your mom with your dad.
I can't though, because I can't take my dad out to dinner. I can't take him out to breakfast. I can't go out with him on a Friday night and do something with him because he works 2 jobs.
That's just a time confliction. It starts with the relationship though.
No, but it's all time conflicting.
But also, I don't feel like you would ever say this
But
about
the
anything
relationship though.
other than your conversation with your dad. I'm trying to think of like another situation where even though at maybe even just like surface level or as much as we could see nothing coming of it, you would never say like so for example, if I had an issue with something, I'm trying to think of like the equivalent or like something that I could equate, but like if something that is so pertaining to me that you couldn't change at all, you wouldn't say that like me harboring it is a better thing because there's nothing that could be done for it. Right? Like if there was even some level of
Probably not.
you probably not what? Not you
I
wouldn't
probably would not be able to say this about any other situation besides this.
This is exactly the reason why you should do it. It's probably the only exact reason why you should all do all of it, my boy.
But I don't see, like, I see no, like, there is no change that comes of it, bro. Like,
it's not
I
necessarily the
genuinely believe
change that I don't think should be the metric.
But I don't carry a weight on my chest about it.
Obviously, you do if this is the one topic that you won't be with. Like, if this is the one, whatever it is, that's the reason why you should do it.
At the end of the day, it is
No,
obviously
the only reason I brought this conversation up was because my mother asked me about it, and it like pertained to a conversation that Zero and I had, and I wanted to apologize to Zero about pressing him so hard on the matter because I understand where he's coming from. Granted, I didn't know that he went and had the conversation with his father. I didn't know that. We didn't have that conversation.
Yeah, I tried, but
you tried, but the outcome was what you thought it was going to be, right?
yeah, but I think that's what evolved.
But he made you feel better.
That's what he no, but that's what evolved into the
Okay, well, thanks for making my point.
No,
Even
no,
fucking
no, no, no.
deeper.
Wait,
What the
wait,
fuck?
wait. Because that's what evolved the mindset of not necessarily like if somebody, in particular him, if he's not willing to help fix the problem, I have to take what I have and come to peace with it, basically.
But that's the thing is there is no problem, and I've already come to peace with the issue.
Okay.
Dude, yeah, there was a excerpt of a book that my sister had sent me, bro, that I tried to pull up while you were talking about it, bro, and it said something to the effect. I remember one of the lines was is I grow tired. I grow tired of looking at people as broken pieces. Instead, now I look at them as a painting of mosaic or something like that, where it's like all the broken pieces are put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
And
tile, like a mosaic,
like, yeah,
right?
glass
Yeah.
mosaic. I can't remember exactly how the excerpt went. I'm sorry, I know I butchered that.
No, it's
But
good. I like it.
but it just made me think, like, yeah, instead of looking at my dad as this fucking mean this and that, and even though I didn't get to have that conversation, when I see him next, we're having that talk, motherfucker, like, but I didn't get to have it, but I understand, and now I kind of look at him more of like, oh, he was this dude who was a certain way because he went through so many different things, and some of them was inside of his control, and he just made bad choices. And then there was stuff outside of his control, and he still made bad choices. So it's like double whammy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because we do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're flawed individuals where we think we have the best information, so we make certain choices. You know what I mean?
But that's the other thing that you have to that I've taken into consideration with my father is that he grew up in a different country, bro, where the rules and regulations are different on how you do certain things, and
mm,
who was there to teach him any different?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I can't like I don't fault him for the way that he is or the way that he did things because what's his underlying reason?
Well,
And I know his underlying reason. You know what I mean?
also to
mm-hmm.
be fair,
Go ahead.
sorry. To be fair, really quick, and something that I think proved me right a little bit, even though in the moment it didn't make me feel better. I know he's at least 1% different because there are moments where, and I try to call this out as much as I can, where I know it's like not in his nature to do things that would make me feel better. There was something recently, I think it was pertaining to like moving here, where I just talked to him about like, I don't know, I'm really, nervous. I don't know what to do. And I don't know if I'm like not making the right choice, but like, I don't know if I'm doing anything right. And he just gave me like kind of just words of encouragement. And it was just like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right, whatever. And then later I was like, I know you don't necessarily think that like does too much. I know that that's not like in your nature. But I really appreciated that. Thank you. And I know like he doesn't do that regularly, even if I'm like kind of like worried about something. And so that's how I kind of feel like it's justified, at least for me, to have had that conversation, that it was worth having that conversation because
you don't think he would have told you that regardless of the conversation that you had with them or not? Like you think that's the product of that conversation?
I think at least part of it is, yeah. Not that he would be like, oh, you're like fucking up in every other way, but like there are just moments where I do appreciate when he like, it just feels like he's coming out of his comfort zone a little bit. And maybe he would have said, but in my mind, I feel like it was the fact that he was, and then we had conversations even afterwards where he, brought it up or told me, things or guardrails of like how to function and things that I really appreciated that I don't think he would have elaborated on if he didn't know how I felt. So, but it sucked at first for sure. It was fucking bullshit. But yeah, I mean that's what I think.
I'm on team just say something. I'm telling you, Cisco, I'm so invested in this right now, dude.
Or
And that's fair. That's fair. That's fair, right? Like I knew where you guys would stand on the situation. God damn, my whole shit just went down.
you're live.
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel
Well,
like
yeah,
Instagram does this thing where it can only be live for a certain amount of fucking time.
yeah, it does. I know some people do have that issue.
Um,
Couldn't be me, G.
But at the end of the day, Cisco, like if you are genuinely, you know, if you feel like you've come to peace with it, I think that's fine too. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, like I'm not in any position to. I'm not in any position to think that the outcome is going to be any different,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with just understanding and knowing and appreciating where I am in life because of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no love lost. At the end of the day, there's just no. I have no issue, but it was just interesting that my mother asked me that. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, "Did you ever get a chance to talk to Daddy about how you felt about him not being there for certain things?" And I was like, "What the fuck? I'm trying to watch the Super Bowl. Like, what are you talking about?" But you know what I mean? Like, it was just a. Where did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
From her? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Did it come from a place of love and like, hey, your dad, like you need to talk to your dad about this, or did it come from a place of like, hey, you already told me where you stood with me when you were younger. Like, why didn't have you talk to him about it? You know what I mean? I don't know, but I feel like the place where my I am with my father, him and I feel like our relationship is really good right now. I don't feel like it could get any better with me saying something, and I'm okay with that. And maybe one day, maybe him and I go hunting one night or one day, and we leave at 4 or 5 in the morning, and I just have a conversation with them. I'm like, hey, motherfucker, like I'm doing something that you like to do. Why the fuck did you not do the shit that I like to do? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
type shit.
maybe. I
So
mean, like, however you see fit, man. I
yeah, but tomorrow's never promised. So I understand where you guys are at with like team say something, but
I'm sorry, bro. It's
it
just
doesn't. I genuinely doesn't feel like it changes the outcome of my life or his life at this moment in time. Because there is nothing I know for a fact. Even him saying like, "Sorry, mijo," like, you know that I had to like make sure you guys were good, this, that, and the other. Like, even that would not make me feel better.
mm,
Or even him saying like, "I wish I could have been there," wouldn't make me feel better.
I guess maybe I'm projecting a lot in this because for me, unloading that and not necessarily anybody like picking the cards up. I'm like at least you know. At
Oh no,
least
no,
you
you're
know.
right, right. Like there's times when you have to just like unload and unleash and be like, look, bro, like this is how you fucking made me feel. Uh, this, that, the third,
Hmm.
but this is not the situation for that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I agree with you because I've unleashed on some people and be like, yo, you fucked me up because of this, because of that, and then they're like, hey, well, let me tell you something about you. Like this is why I acted that way, and then I'm like, holy shit, like I get you, but you got to
Yeah.
get where I'm coming from too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
mhm.
This is not one. I never made my dad feel like my dad don't have shit to tell about me. He's not gonna tell me like, hey, you fucked me up because you did this, that, and the other. No, because you weren't even there. Like, what the fuck? I didn't do anything to fuck you up. So I feel like it would just be me like trauma dumping and this and that. And I'm not into that shit, bro. Like, let's keep it pushing. We got hella other shit we gotta take care of. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Yo, corpse. Are we going fries or nachos?
listen.
Oh wait, dead ass though. Real quick. That's a genuine
Did you come up
question.
with your answer? Did you come up with your
I
answer?
said nachos.
Fries
So
or
fries,
nachos?
fries or nachos?
So baseline. Okay, actually, just answer the question first.
Fries or nachos?
Yeah.
That's the question.
What? Oh, dude, no. There's a lot there. My
Yeah, I
favorite
know, bro.
French
I went
fry
through the
is
whole
one thing.
gambit. through everything.
Can I throw cheese on
See?
there?
See, now
Like, can I?
So this is what I was
I-
gonna say too. Baseline, both nachos. We're talking tortilla chips, cheese, fries, good salted. Good fries. Good nachos, good fries. But baseline. See, because I already knew what you were thinking, bro. Because Cisco came out with the garlic fries with and I was like, fuck, yeah, there's too many like
Parmesan fries, fucking sweet potato.
Yeah,
fries,
but then you got the white
seasoned
queso
fries.
nachos with the chicken on it. Oh man, I'm
that
fucking
sounds-
hungry.
I think
Bro,
I'm
I
doing
need to eat
fries.
Fries?
That's
I think I'm gonna
wild.
say fries.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
No
Over
shot.
nachos and cheese. Yeah.
I said nachos.
Nachos for sure, every day,
'Cause
all day.
Just because you get the cheese.
Because
Just because it's better.
it is better. It got the crunch. It has the sauce.
The only reason I
the
asked you
cheese
because you high
sauce.
as fuck right now. I had to ask you real fast. All right, let me ask you another food one that came up. Broccoli or asparagus?
That's a good one.
Asparagus.
All day.
Facts.
Easy money.
What was the other one? Mashed potatoes or baked potato?
Mashed.
Yes,
I just
sir.
had that conversation earlier today. Actually, mashed potato all day.
Baked potatoes are like good and then they're mid. They're really good in the beginning, and then once you get off the good part with all the toppings and like the good parts, it's mid.
Mhm.
It's hella mid.
Baked. I mean, people just get into like the sour cream and bacon and this, and I really don't like sour cream with my potato. Period.
Oh wow,
Like,
that's
period.
wild. That's wild. It's the
What?
perfect cold and
Wait,
warm
that-
combo.
That's what I'm, bro. Half the time I eat this, I put extra sour cream on it to cool it down.
No, bro, I can't.
You gotta put the cheese on it first so it melts, and then mix it up a little bit, and then throw the sour cream on that joint. A little bit of red hot on there.
No, I'm good.
God,
I want to taste the fucking. I want the potato. I don't want to fucking.
I want the potato.
Yo, low-key though, potato is kind of mid by itself. Wait. I didn't mean for this to become a hot takes, okay? Just by itself is, bro, a baked potato, you put nothing on it, you're not eating that shit. Ain't no way. I don't fucking believe anybody here. Am I wrong?
Baked potato.
All right,
Baked
all right,
potato
yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah,
butter.
yeah.
You got a point.
But mashed potatoes
potato,
fine.
you can't say potato is mid.
No,
though,
I
because,
guess
like
baked
potato makes such great things.
No, potato's great. Baked potato, like if you were to have a naked baked potato, it would be wild. That's fucked.
Just like a raw baked potato.
Yeah,
dude, that's
just like,
nasty,
what do you
bro.
have? Just a baked potato. Like,
Like no butter, like not even butter.
No, like
Yeah,
nothing.
no butter,
Just like a
yeah.
raw
Oh,
baked
yeah, you
potato.
wild.
You're
If
wilding.
anybody- you wild.
You're
If
wilding.
anybody, if anybody ever orders just a straight baked potato with nothing, what the fuck?
They need to be on a watch list. They need to be on some
Facts.
federal watch list. That's psychotic behavior.
Yeah,
No
that's
way.
wild.
No, but the potato itself though is definitely like,
It's a legendary item.
yeah, it's
Yo.
legendary, bro. Everything.
Zero, real quick, just to make the sentiment of this podcast a little bit lighter because that shit just got real heavy.
It got real heavy. Heavier than
we
I
love
thought
you,
it was
Steve.
gonna
You
be.
guys,
To be honest.
you guys almost had me emotional. Look, I still haven't cried on the podcast yet. I'm the only one who hasn't cried on the podcast yet. I'm just saying. Y'all gonna get me though. You guys are getting close. You guys have gotten close a couple times.
We're finding the
But
button.
just for the sake, can I get one hot take just to end the fucking podcast?
What you
one
got?
hot take. Wait, what?
Yeah, what you
Me?
got? Yeah, you.
Oh shit! I don't even. Have
Okay,
it
I will
on
tell you
lock.
this though. I'll tell Corpse this.
Hmm.
Next week is my week, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do have a fan of the question segments
We need
that
to
watches the show.
Mm-hmm.
And they have been requested to write a list of questions for the podcast
It's gonna be so fun.
anonymously. So I won't even know what I will receive the list, but I won't even know what the list says
It's so
for next
exciting.
week's episode.
Bro, it's like a hot
Hey, let's go.
takes list. It's gonna be so fun.
So it's like a mixture of hot takes and like your
Rapid.
questions of last week.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Bro, Punch has not been this high on a podcast in a minute, bro.
Do I look that stoned?
Bro,
Your
you were
eyes? Yeah.
stoned an hour and 10
Yeah,
minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I've been coming in and out of reality for a second. I was
Your
like,
eyes are wild right now. They're so drooped.
bro, listen, I was gonzos there for a second. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I hope they can't notice.
You're like,
How
I'm
many
so
times this
smooth.
motherfucker has had to come back to reality on this fucking podcast?
Oh, dude, easily 100 times, bro. There's been, oh my god.
You know what? That's what I hate about like being high is the waves of like, all right, now I'm back at like base reality. We're chilling. And it's like, whoop. And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
The
bro.
G-force starts to hit or what?
Yeah, bro. The G4 starts G'ing. It's crazy. It feels horrible though for me.
No, listen, the early days of the podcast, early days of the Usual Tuesday, I would get fried.
Oh, we know.
I'm just glad I've never been like too wasted to actually fucking speak on the podcast.
It'd be funny if all of us just like got so drunk we all passed out and it's just a 24-hour like stream and it's all us.
Did I show you the video of me playing video games like a week ago? Bro, there's a video of me playing video games. I was streaming a week ago. I was so tired. I was literally sitting in my seat like this and like falling asleep, bro. Like I dead ass fell asleep for 15 minutes during my live broadcast.
Jesus.
And he's still playing the game. It's so funny.
I was still playing. Like my hands were still on my mouse. Like,
buddy.
And I was
much love.
Whatever the fuck.
I'm coming back to streaming, guys. I promise.
Dude, that'd be crazy though if we did something like that. Like just like spent like 4 hours just chilling. Wasted all.
Too long for a pod, bro. We've gotten close. We have done 1 3-hour episode.
Yeah, done a 3-hour episode.
Yeah, we've done it.
In person, we could smoke that number.
Yeah, if we all got a little tipsy, that'd be cool. That'd be a fun podcast.
I can't wait till we do an in-person podcast.
Bro, I'm gonna roll a blunt and tell a story. That's gonna take 15 minutes right there, dog. Like, and I'm gonna put 3 of them bitches down by myself, bro. Let alone the drinks. Like, dude, I gotta piss. Like, then I come, and then you gotta piss, and then we all get a fucking reload, and then order some pizza. Bro, imagine we order some pizza, bro.
Oh, I'm about to order some food right now. It's 10 o'clock. I'm so hungry, bro. I haven't eaten. All I had today was a fucking burrito at like 11:30.
That ass.
Fucking hungry, bro.
Gotta eat, my guy.
Bro, we're almost.
Thank you, Ramen. Thank you.
What was the date of our first episode?
I have to look it up.
Nobody knows it. Nobody knows what the fuck.
Did we look at it? We've looked at it.
I'm
like
a guy,
times
bro. I don't
well.
remember that shit, dude.
Damn, did Julissa hear what we had to say about her bringing you food? You didn't even eat.
No, it's right here. I've been looking at it this whole time.
What is it? Can you show us what it is? Show us what it is.
Little tour. Oh my god, if I drop this, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on. I'm about to get so mad right now. Hold the fuck on.
With a little rice. Arrocito con aguacatito. Me and Cisco watched this.
Bro, that is my TikTok like what is it called when you?
And then there's some. These are leftovers that I got from the party. I don't know what these are called.
Is that lumpia?
Yeah, this is lumpia on this side. And then I got whatever this is.
Lumpia, dog.
She saved this for me. I love her so much.
Cebollitas?
Cebollitas.
What is that shit called when like you really like something? That's my
love language?
No, not my fucking.
What the fuck do you mean when you really like something? What the fuck does that even
like
mean?
on my TikTok, like on TikTok, like that's the dude that I like to watch. Like he's my guilty pleasure. He's my guilty pleasure.
Okay. Bro, I'm hype ramen for that video you're editing. What are you editing? Bro, that guy is so funny. I don't know if you've sent it in the group chat, but I know we chatted about him for a little bit. Corpse, you have to if you haven't seen this guy. He's a little older dude. And he's
the old Mexican dude, and all he does is eat on TikTok.
And people will love it.
Oh, con mi chicharrón.
What's his name? Or send me a video.
El Ricardin, dog. He liked one of my comments.
Yeah, bro.
I'm fucking famous.
Cisco almost passed out. He almost fucking.
I was like, oh.
His life was complete.
No, but
he's so.
Bro, okay,
he's so cool.
I'm about to holler at your ass real fast though. is how the fuck you about to eat cold tortillas?
Oh, I'm just not a baby back bitch. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. If there's anybody listening to this show that's ever gonna fucking cook for me, that's how I'm gonna preface it. Okay. If you're ever gonna make Mexican food for me, know that cold tortillas is not the wave for me. Okay. If you ever fucking bring me tortillas and they're fucking cold, you better put them bitches back on the fucking stove because I will not eat cold tortillas.
But genuinely, I am so not picky.
It's not even about being picky.
But like it's to the level of like if there was a little bit of mold on the rice, I'd like dump the moldy part out and then eat the rest.
Like it's the same thing, but I will not eat cold tortillas, bro.
Like food is not going to waste in my house. Oh my god, in my house, bro. That's fucking crazy.
Gang. There you go.
Oh, I'm not eating cold tortillas. Bro, I don't like Brussels sprouts. You could bring me Brussels. If you serve me a dish with olives and it's the first time that you ever cook for me, I might pick them out.
Olives.
I don't like olives, and I don't even like picking olives out because of the fact that I can still taste the shit, and olives is the most disgusting.
Olives is
I'll put up with that. But if you bring me some cold tortillas, bro, I'm not eating cold tortillas.
What if it's the first time? What if it's the first time I cook for you? I didn't know this.
Go heat the tortillas back up.
I'd be like, bro,
I'm not eating this shit. I'm not. No. And listen, I'm a Mexican. No, I'm dead serious. And there's no salsa.
I could tell.
And if there's cold tortillas, I'm dead serious. I'm not eating this shit, bro. Do not do that to me.
Wow.
That is a disgrace to my culture.
Okay.
Do not bring me cold tortillas, and do not bring me something with no salsa.
Damn.
That's right.
I'm dead serious, bro. I'm dead. Like,
I know. I believe you wholeheartedly.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, bro. My stepmom,
actually,
bless her fucking soul. She always makes sure the tortillas are hot. Bless her fucking soul. Always, tortillas are always hot. That's all I give.
I was gonna say, I literally brought you a burrito, and I was like, bro, they didn't have any salsa. And you were like, you dude, they're like,
oh, tell the story. This is today, dog.
I'm like, I'm gonna go get a burrito. I didn't bring any lunch or whatever, so we're just gonna eat a burrito. I was like, I'm gonna get you one, whatever. I know he likes salsa, so I'm like, all right, I'm already gonna go get 2 salsas. And so I go, and there's no salsa, and I'm like, oh shit. And so I asked the guy cooking the food, I'm like, hey, there's no salsa. And he just tells me to like go ask for it, and then we can do it. They'll get it for us. But I'm like, okay, but I need to go back upstairs. So I go back upstairs, and I'm like, Cisco, I got you. We got burritos. We're good. But they ain't no salsa. And he's like doing something. He's like, and I was like, yeah, bro. Like, we can try to see if we can find some, or if they have some downstairs left over. But for right now, we have no salsa.
What did I say to you? Bro, this motherfucker handed me a drink.
Yeah, he
handed me a drink.
He was literally
handed me a drink. He was like, at least you got a bev.
But he was like, bro, I'll go to the taco shop down the street if I need to. I'm like, all right, bro, it's really not that serious.
If I did not have salsa to eat that burrito with, I would not eat the burrito.
That's wild to me.
That's wild.
That's wild to me, bro. I'll eat a dry.
You're raw dogging a burrito with no salsa?
I would do it.
And by the time I ate it, the fucking tortilla was cold. So now you give me a cold fucking burrito and no salsa? We can't have both.
You could have eaten it sooner. We were just busy.
Don't give me a burrito with no salsa. If you're ever gonna,
would you rather take cold tortilla or no salsa? Oh
damn! Damn, that's crazy.
Is it a burrito or a taco? It's
a taco. Oh yeah, bitch. I knew you were gonna be like, oh yeah, burrito easy. Taco's way harder.
If you give me okay, what's in the taco though? What is it,
bro? What
kind of meat is it? Like asada?
Asada. We'll say asada.
I'm taking cold tortilla.
Wow. What about chicken?
Bring me some fucking salsa.
What about chicken?
No, it's gotta be hot.
Because it's a little dry there. There.
That gotta be hot. The tortilla gotta be hot.
Okay.
It's gotta be hot.
But no salsa. You're okay with no salsa?
I didn't say I was okay with it.
No. But if you had to choose between the two,
I put up with it. I put up with it. Just That's a bad mixture. Cold tortillas and no salsa.
It sounds
bro.
terrible. It is bad.
I'm throwing the plate away.
That's a little crazy.
I might eat the chicken on the inside. Like I might just grab a spoon and eat the chicken, but there's no way I'm eating it as a taco.
I have to go get a haircut. Alrighty, guys.
Me too. I'm so mad that I couldn't get a haircut tonight.
It's because I looked over. I got a whole
I
mirror.
look cute, bro.
To be honest, I gotta look,
You're
bro. Like
cute.
this is too dark. All of this is too much.
Oh, you cute as fuck.
Imagine if Zero got a low tape of fame.
I'm not getting a little too perfect, but I do have to go. This food has been looking at me for the last 2 hours. Much love to both.
Or
of
just
you
take a bite.
guys.
Can you just take a bite for it?
A little bite,
real fast for me.
Bro, we've been here
What's the
so long.
cebollita, dog, too?
Which one should I do? I'm gonna do this
The
one.
taco for sure.
No, but which one out of the two?
Bro, if I was your old lady, I would be pit. Oh my god! You hear how cold that tortilla is? You hear how cold? You hear how
Oh no, that
cold the
shit
tortilla
sounded
is?
fucking good, dog. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I might hit up the Mexican joint down the street real fast. Oh, wait, real quick. Putch, in the Ox, you guys don't call them rolled tacos, huh?
Rolled tacos? Rolled?
You don't even
Rolled?
Yeah,
Like,
rolled tacos. I don't call them rolled tacos.
No, we don't call them rolled tacos.
Yeah, you guys call them what? Taquitos, huh?
Tacos?
No,
Like 5 taquitos?
like the flautas.
No, there's not flautas. They're fucking rolled tacos. They're different.
What are flautas then?
I just ever
Flautas are
never
flour
called them tacos.
tortillas,
But like they're rolled, aren't they?
but they're flour. Rolled tacos are
What
corn.
does that mean? What is the difference?
I'm telling you, the only people in the whole
Rolled
country that call them
tacos.
rolled tacos are right here in San Diego.
rolled,
That's all I gotta say.
rolled
I've
tacos
never
are in
heard it called
reference
rolled
of,
tacos.
of how they're
Thank you for
rolled.
being a bad friend.
Shut up. That's not our podcast. But listen, thank you everybody for joining the usual Tuesdays. Listen, I appreciate every single one of you. I know we got deep. I know we got very, very philosophical. And thank you for scratching the itch I needed. Because I just needed it.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so.
Did it?
I liked it.
I just want to make sure.
I've been
This was
feeling
more for
real-
you than it was for me.
I
Was
know.
it good for you? Or
I
was
loved
good for
it.
me?
I loved it. I love the philosophical. I know maybe it's not everybody's favorite, but I really loved it. So I appreciate everybody scratching that itch for me. We'll get back to more fun stuff next week, especially with that hot takes list. We'll work on the name. We gotta have like a clever little name for it. But that's gonna be really, really fun.
I gotta throw her name in somehow, some way.
That would be funny if you could. That'd be interesting.
Matter of fact, Putch, I got some shit I gotta talk. Maybe for the next green room, but go ahead, Zero. Finish with your.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Whether you're here for a minute, an hour, or the whole thing, I appreciate your time very, very much. Or maybe you're watching on the playback. Thank you. Thank you to Saves community and Corpses community and both of these handsome gentlemen for co-hosting this beautiful show with me.
My guys, thank you.
That was your end? That was
was-
like a weird way to just
I'm
end
sorry.
it.
I was just
He's
trying
like
to.
still eating the
I was
taco
like-
in his mouth. He's like,
I was literally just thinking, like, damn, that was kind of a good bite.
Usual Tuesday. Love you guys. Yeah, big corpse collection. I seen a quote. You guys always know I do my little sign off. I seen a quote where it says, "Meet me as a person and not as an idea," and I thought that was really good.
I like
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do that. Was like more of a thing of me feeling like I'm trying to meet more people and remember to meet them as a person first and not an idea that I have in my head. Yeah. Until
Oh.
next week. Good day, week, month, year in life.
Yo, corpse coming in high as a kite, but still keeping us all grounded. What a fucking quote.
that's a
I'm
bar.
here. I'm here. Hey, baby, I'm here.
That's a bar.
Okay. I'm
That's a
here.
bar.
Thank you.
Got you guys.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Usual Tuesday podcast. Quick shout out to my boy, the Milkman. Make sure you guys go check his podcast out, The Unlucky Charms. I will be on an episode within the next week or two. And then I know Damo's going to get an episode. And I know we said, don't give the boy too much love, but maybe we could work out an episode where the three of us, the Usual Tuesday podcast, is on the Unlucky Charms. That would be a great idea. It would be fun. That would be fun. 5-man podcast. That'd be fucking kind of insane.
Mayhem, yeah.
So make Make sure you guys go check out my boy the Milkman at his podcast, The Unlucky Charms. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my community, to Corpse's community, to Zero's community. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys go check out corpsecollection.com. There's going to be some new drops on there coming up soon. Wait, is that hat going to be a new drop? I need to know.
No, this is the logo for Oxnard Lodge 341, baby.
Okay, you can't get that hat because that hat is fire.
Uber exclusive.
Fire. Anyways, make sure you guys go check out corpsecollection.com. As always, you guys stay healthy, stay happy. Don't ever feed your spouse cold tortillas. I love y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one.
They were hot when I got them.
All right, boys.
Alrighty, guys.
All right, boys. You guys take care. Love y'all.
Alrighty. Bye. And raging, burning, the same old thing we did last week. Not a thing to do. Alrighty, guys. I have to go. Thanks so much for watching. I will be live. Ooh, we will see when I'll be live, to be honest. I'm coming back soon. I promise I'm coming back soon. What's up, Samuel? Thanks so much for dropping in. I'm coming back very, very soon. I've just gotten a little bit more used to not streaming. So coming back is going to be a little bit of a weird one, but also getting everything situated with the house, or with the apartment, I should say, and making sure everything's going to be good, making sure my girlfriend's going to be comfortable with everything that I'm doing, to the caliber that I want to be able to do it, and also make sure that everything is coming back right. I don't want to like start, stop. Streaming is something that I love doing, so to be able to just chill, talk to people, and maybe play a couple games is always the goal for these. So thanks so much for watching. Bro's kind of cute. Pause. Not on here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm gonna eat some food. Oh my god, I'm hungry.